Know your market. A number of business gurus will tell you that's a key tenet to making it in business.
And so tonight we reveal to you a number of entrepreneurs who understood that Uganda is a communal environment. And so understanding the needs of the various communities is important and key to doing business. Let's take a look.
My name is Arini Twelisa. I'm the Assistant Fisheries Officer of Toto Sub-County. Here we are at Lake Nkugute. The Nkugute is found in the Toto Sub-County. And it's a unique lake in a way that it is in the map of Africa. And it doesn't stop on being on the map of Africa, but also have some unique species of fish. One of them is the crayfish. Crayfish is some indigenous fish around, so to say it comes in naturally. It is believed that it came from rivers that do enter into this lake, and they do breeding within around. Crayfish is a fish that is not eaten by very many people, however much most of the people outside Uganda do eat them, but here locally they don't enjoy it. But it is edible and it is very sweet. Currently, we do capture crayfish using baskets, and every day we capture around 50 kilograms. Only that we still have a challenge of market around this very low price, and we have been currently taking them to some few restaurants in Kampala, but we don't have local market. However, I do believe that market can be provided if we do make some advertisement, which we haven't reached on that level. When I talk about the crayfish itself, it is a fish that is like any other fish species. It is edible, it is sweet. We also have other fish species on. We have the catfish in, we have the trapia in, we have NKJ. All of them are there, but specifically, currently we are capturing crayfish. That's what our target is. And now, let me talk about the challenges we are facing. The so-called baskets in Uganda, they are illegal, so to say they are not allowed to be used. But apparently it is the only method we have in this very place, so we allowed them as a district to capture them using baskets. However, constitution-wise, when you go into the aquaculture bill, it doesn't allow it. So they have a challenge to find yet another method to capture crayfish. Now another challenge is about the market. Local people here, they don't eat this crayfish. So these people are facing a challenge of taking their crayfish to Kampala. In so doing, they incur some losses, or maybe people report that they have died before they reach. Others give them little money, so to say they have a market as a challenge. Then another thing, they also have a challenge of the surrounding giving them a negative attitude. Like people do harass the way how these crayfish look like. People do look at it as something which is not edible. So to say people have a negative attitude on the crayfish. But leaving that constant, to me, who have eaten crayfish, I can testify and say like, eating it is just like tasting chicken.
Now, making money is hard, and even harder is making money genuinely. However, we have many experiences of people that have scaled this Herculean challenge. I don't know what your views are, Shamim.
My view is to actually start with trust. Now let's hold that up there. Tonight, we hear from the experts and what they have to say to us.
When I came back from the training, I went and I bought a male goat from an Komoloid. And after buying that male he goat, I became interested on goats, and I decided to sell my one cow which I was having by then. I sold that cow and I added the number of goats, which is 12 goats. From there you see, these goats multiply very fast. They produce 2 to 3. But I completed the 3 years. 3 years without selling any female goat. I was selling only the male goats. Because why I was selling the male goats, I was trying to avoid inbreeding. I was selling them off. Sometimes I give to my neighbors so that they also benefit. When market comes, I go and pick from the neighbors and I sell them off. Sometimes I always castrate them to avoid inbreeding. That's how I managed to maintain the breed you are seeing now. I have a high demand on these goats. I always sell these goats when the goat is 6 months to 8 months. That's when I will be able to sell the male he-goats. And I sell these male goats, like now this one. Are you seeing this one? This one is now 4 months old. And I'm selling this one at 300,000. When it reaches 8 months, like this one is a one of 8 months. I always sell this one as 450,000. 400. This size. This one is 8 months old, not 1 year. For them, they grow very fast.
My name is Katondrachi Natasha. I am the CEO and a co-founder at Wapi. Wapi is a talent marketplace. We are focusing on highlighting the skills of African talent and giving them access to earning opportunities, and then helping employers, business owners, startup founders to have access to affordable talent that is also top-notch and readily available. So we are focusing on digital skills because we believe that digital skills are easy to acquire and they are in high demand. So what the talent pool that we basically have is a talent pool of freelancers that have mastered skills, digital skills. These include things like graphics design, web development, digital marketing, brand influencing, and anything that can be done digital. So a couple of friends and myself were lucky to get into the job market at quite an early stage. That is right after we had left our high school, right? So we started working and were able to thrive in the job market, not because of the academic qualifications that we had, because we didn't have any, or the people we knew, but simply because we had these skills that we kept nurturing in time, and we were able to thrive in these workplaces. So our friends that we went to school with kept on reaching out to us and telling us, how can we get work? We also want to work, we need employment and things like that. But because of the status quo in Africa and Uganda as a whole, whereby you either need to know someone to go into a workplace or you need to have a bunch of years of experience, they couldn't. And yet they had skills that they could actually put to use. So that's how we started thinking around how we could build a place whereby these people could showcase their skills and therefore be given access to earning opportunities through matching them to these opportunities without any biases of academic qualifications or who they know, but simply based on the skills that they have to offer. So what happens is that when you go to our website, you can open up an account. You can open up an account as a provider. A provider is a seeker or a freelancer that has skills. Or you can open up an account as an employer or a requester. A requester is an employer or a business owner or a startup founder that would like to find talent to work for them. So if you register as a freelancer, you will then be required to put in your details, like the skills that you have, your portfolio, anything that you've worked on. But before you get to that, we shall need your details to verify your identity. You can either scan your national ID or a driver's license or a student's ID, then you fill in your portfolio. And once you've filled in your portfolio and the skills you have, we then take you through a verification process before you can join the talent pool. The reason we take you through a verification process is to prove that you are who you say you are, but also that you have the skills that you say you have. So we have to follow KYC, because if at all you get to the talent pool and you have work, your payment is actually done through the platform. And that is why we need to verify your identity and the skills that you have. Then if you're signing up as an employer, you simply open up an account, put details of your business if you have any, or just an individual that would like to hire. And anytime you want to hire someone, you simply have to post a job, and our platform will match you to the best freelancers depending on the requirements that you've uploaded. So the impact is that for employers, it helps them, because you realize that for an employer to replace a role in their company or in their small business, or just hire someone, it takes a lot of time, and sometimes it's even very expensive. So what this platform helps you to do is that you simply have to post a job at your fingertips, just a click of a finger, and you will be matched to the best freelancer, right? You're not putting in a lot of money. You're also not spending a lot of time on hiring, time that you would have spent on something that is more productive for the business. So it definitely saves your time and the cost you would have put in hiring. And then for the freelancers, it helps first of all because there is a lot of competition in the formal workplace. So what does this help? Because we are focusing on digital skills and the gig economy, it diverts all the traffic that would have been competing for formal jobs into the gig economy. So you're able to find freelance work that you can do remotely, because the future of work is remote. You don't have to, shift or go to a place to do work. You can do the work from wherever you are. But it also helps you to increase your revenue streams, because if you're doing freelance work, you can be doing more than one gig at a go. So it's definitely very convenient, affordable, but mostly the impact we are trying to create is to reduce the levels of unemployment by creating work in the gig economy, showing people that digital skills can actually be put to use, and improving remote work.
It's been such a great pleasure spending your evening with us. Thank you so much for your continuous support.
I've been your host, Charles Boje.
And I'm Shamim K. Matovu.
Thank you and have a good evening.